Okay, today I'm going to be telling you how to basically use the most of your time. So basically, first you have to remember that you own all of your time, so anything you choose to do has to be relevant. Of course, there's time where you can do recreation, stuff like that. It's very important. You should allocate at least 2 hours for that, because that's recovery time. Next, hell yeah or no. If you feel like maybe I'll do that, then don't do it. But if you feel like hell yeah I want to do that, then you gotta do that. Daily highlight is something you should. Next up is your daily highlight. A daily highlight is something every day that you should do once. You should have it should be one of the most important things of your day, because it will make your day better and it's something you'll be focused in on. Next, use a to-do list. This can be with note cards or it can be with your phone. I usually just use my notes app. Next, time blocking. Basically, for something a lot of people do, or something a lot of really smart people do, is they just put a block for every single thing that they need to do. However, this is a bit time consuming, so maybe you should just do this for your daily highlight. Next up is Parkinson's law. Work expands to fill in the time you have. So if you shorten the amount of time you have, then something you do will be done faster. So always set deadlines, but if you make them too early, then the quality might not be as good. Next up, protect the time. You need to have some time where you don't have to do something, so you can choose what you want to do. And so then you can rest. This is basically like your free time. Next up is automate scheduling. For example, something like Calendly, which I've heard is a good thing from Ali, a very famous YouTuber. You can send a link about availability book slots, which will basically just make it so then you can be more time efficient, and you don't have to talk with someone about schedules for a very long time. Next is time allocation. Think about the time you have. For most people, this is 16 hours, and think about the breaks you will need. This will be 1 to 2 hours of break time. This is just sleeping, eating dinner, eating lunch, and eating breakfast, okay? As well as some stuff in your morning routine. And then you have to have your own free time, stuff that you choose what you want to do, and so that you can think. Next up is the anti-McDonald's habit. Take advantage of all your spare time. This said, you do, however, need to have silence sessions, which are basically parts where you just take a 2-minute break every 30 minutes. Now, the atomic 80-20 rule. 80% of the results come from 20% of the inputs. Okay? And one small change done over a long time is massive. So just make one change, and then do, which is 20% of your inputs, and then that will give you a large amount of your results. Now for a morning schedule I personally have designed for myself. You might like this. First, get some in the morning, immediately drink water. I'd say with electrolytes. You don't have to, because it's a bit challenging, because with electrolytes would mean you either have salt, or like Himalayan salt, or you have limes or lemons. After that, you want to journal and meditate. Then you should probably take a cold shower. Finally, have a recovery slot for 1 day at least, like a long recovery slot, and plan it. Like 2 hours, 3 hours. Those are great ways to just make sure you don't get burnt out. If you do that, if I do that as well, then that will also make sure that I will be on this platform for quite a long time. Okay. That is a lot I have said in that amount of time. Okay. Now finally, at the end of the day, learn to be satisfied. It is what it is, and you have to appreciate what you've done so far. Okay? Hey, hit that like button and subscribe, okay?